let me put it like this. The people who really care about having the original version of Final Fantasy VII have it. Have it. They have it already. There's not many left who don't have it, you know? Because the nostalgia boom for Final Fantasy VII is over.
Got an original copy of Final Fantasy 8 and 9.
It's also just one of the best games of all time, apparently. I don't know, I never played it.
Yeah, but it's a best game of all time that people have access to.
I disagree. Final Fantasy VII is not the best game of all time. That has to go to Ocarina of Time.
No, it doesn't. No, no. Stop sucking Ocarina of Time's fucking dick. Holy shit.
Ocarina of Time is amazing. What?
There's no way a game that runs at 15 FPS and looks like shit can be the best game of all time.
I can't see it without
the thing is, I'm not saying it's going. Oh, if you're saying Final Fantasy VII is the best game of all time, have you seen the spray?
No, it's not about that. It's that the game runs like terribly. I can't imagine a game running at 15 FPS being satisfying to play.
I don't know. I played it at 15 FPS and it was pretty good.
Yeah, no, I don't want to play a game at 15 FPS. I would like my game to have a good frame rate, please.
The 3DS version is fucking awesome.
Also, people complain about the Water Temple too much for that game to be one of the best games, to be the best game of all time.
It's not a flawless game.
That's what best game of all time means.
No, what?
If it can't, the best game of all time, the best game of all time would have to be as close to perfection as possible.
Burnout Paradise.
By the way, hey, Jimmy, I see you in the comments there writing death threats to him. That's just his opinion. As wrong as it may be, not worth it for Green Elf games, okay?
Wait, so, what? Okay, wait, who's writing death threats?
Someone's gonna do it.
Wait, is he streaming?
No, I'm not streaming.
No. Oh.
But he's gonna be. This is all gonna be posted. So Jimmy, put down the keyboard. It's not worth it. All right.
It's like it's Ocarina of Time. Great. It made 3D action games what they are today, but there's no.
Okay, so the reason
there have been better games. There have been better games since then. There have been way better games since Ocarina of Time came out. Because the thing is, the fact that it has so many obvious issues that are unfun means that it cannot hold the title of the best game of all time.
The only complaints that you gave were that the frame rate's
okay. Let's talk about that field. Let's talk about that field. Let's talk about that field you have to dodge roll through. Let's talk about that. Let's talk about that.
3DS is better.
Yeah. 3DS version's better. It's the definitive edition, in my opinion.
If you really hate it that much.
But no one says that the 3DS version is the best game of all time. Everyone's talking about... No, everyone just talks about the N64 version.
It's just a
people who love Ocarina of Time N64 do not love Ocarina of Time 3DS.
Yes, they do.
No, they don't. It's
like what about remake or re-break?
People.
Are you kidding me? Like, okay, so people who
for once I have to agree with Nebs here. Remake or re-break, it's a replace, okay?
It's like I'm not saying it isn't. What I'm saying is that people who grew up with Ocarina of Time when they were 10 years old on the N64 still prefer the N64 version. That's all I'm saying.
Really?
So?
Yeah, they do. I'm sorry to tell you, but they do.
Is there any proof?
Yes, do a simple Google search.
No.
Google search does not constitute evidence.
That literally.
He's thinking about.
Give me statistics, motherfucker.
Yeah. Statistics. So you're no. There's no possible way to get those statistics.
What reason would someone have to prefer the N64?
I don't know. People like old stuff. People like old stuff. That's
old stuff.
It's like people go like, "Oh man, new thing bad, old thing good."
Played both versions, and I can say with confidence.
I'm not saying that the 3DS version isn't better. I'm not.
Original. It was the first game to do anything like this.
It was the first game to do anything. Cool. Yeah, it had a lock on. Had a lock on. Cool. Crazy.
I played Ocarina of Time and I loved it, but no. it's not the best.
It's like people. It's
Not
like
the-
there are
it's not the
better.
very
Okay,
best,
to
like,
be
you
honest,
ever
there
watched.
are better Zelda games than Ocarina of Time. All right, so it can't.
Everything after Ocarina of Time is better, but I
It
still
may not
love
be
it.
best, but Desert Island scenario. I would rather have Ocarina of Time specifically because it's easy to pick up.
It's just because, to give credit, alright, it was the first game of its kind to do anything like that, and it was
That doesn't mean okay. Yeah, that's why Mario 1. That means that Mario 1 is the best game ever made because it was the first. It's the first 2D platformer to do it well. Man, it is the best game ever made. Mario OG on the NES, right?
2D platformer.
What about
Okay,
Pac-Man?
fine. What is the best game ever then?
There is no. The thing is, it's like because the thing is I mean, the thing is, if someone subjectively thinks that like Ocarina of Time is the best game ever made, then yeah, no, that's fine. Subjectively, yeah, but I hate when people try to bring it into the objective space about like, oh yeah, it's the best game ever made, and I'm like, what? It's like people say that, and it's like so annoying. It's like, no, it's not. There are better games than Ocarina of Time.
Okay, so how would you technically measure mathematically?
You
how
can't.
the best game is?
The thing is, you can't really measure it because everything is subjective. There's no. The only best games of all time are the best games that they are to you. Those are the best games of all time. The games.
No, we can look at all the reviews.
No, because because reviews. Oh yeah, now we're all of a sudden reviews are accurate. All of a sudden reviews are accurate, right? Oh, let's
user, not just from critics. I'm talking about every single review from users and critics.
Okay.
Yeah, but it's still subjective. It's still subjective.
One of the highest rated games of all time when you combine the scores.
Yes, so is Tony Hawk Pro Skater 3.
Yes, and I guess Tony Hawk Pro Skater 3 is one of the best. There's not only 5 best games of all time.
It's like no, but what I'm saying is that you could compile a list of oh yeah, no, these got the best scores, so that makes them the best games of all time. But that's not true. That's not
true.
Tony Hawk
people have
is
said
one of the
this.
best games of all time.
I'm gonna make an AI now. I'm just gonna have an AI figure out best game.
It's like if you really wanted to be objective about what would a game would be have to be even though it's impossible. I disagree with the idea that there's an objective best game of all time, even though there are objectives.
Gary's mod.
I would say that like an objective game of all time would have to just be a game that works. Everything that it does, it does it. Everything that it does it perfectly. That would be the only criteria you could do for objectives when it comes to the best game of all time.
Yeah, no, that's why I say Gary's mod, because if you have like...
Gary's mod's a tool, it's not a game.
Yeah, it's not a game, it's a tool.
Exactly.
It's like saying Source Filmmaker is the best game of all time. Unreal Engine is the best game of all time. But like, Iggy, I think you were trying to... Okay, Iggy, were you trying to say something?
Sonic, good job.
I don't know if I was trying to say something.
It's like...
Anyways, hi, I came in like last zone.
Yeah. Yeah, I started hearing you go like, I was like...
Alright, we're gonna have to do
We
some
can all agree
refits to
that the
Mordred.
best game of all time, though, is Breath of the Wild. We can all agree on that.
I mean, Breath of the Wild is a better game than Ocarina of Time. I mean,
It's the best game. I don't care, whatever you played, Breath of the Wild is better.
Oh no.
That.
Everyone has their again. It's everything is subjective. Everything is subjective. So
Yeah,
that's
but I'm always right,
but DuckTales, you're wrong more than you're right.
Nope.
You're
I'm always
wrong
right. I'm
every
always
day.
right. I've never made a mistake.
Never made a mistake ever. Perfect track record.
I don't know if you can tell, but I'm being really sarcastic.
I think like the games that put the most time into are like in order, like Minecraft, Gary's mod, Final Fantasy VII OG.
Okay.
It's like because everyone has their own best games of all time, and that's fine. I just don't like when people try to create an objective best game of all time, because that's there's too many factors. There's too many factors for that. It's like because the thing is because
no game's actually perfect except for like Tetris or something.
I guess yeah, except for like maybe Tetris because
No, Tetris just doesn't have enough shapes. Therefore,
Actually, no. I got.
And also the thing is, just because a game's perfect, it doesn't mean it's great. It's like a game can be perfect and not be great.
Because I know you.
Okay.
That's also because that's just my opinion.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm
Why are you
saying.
trying to pull a YouTuber and portray your opinion as fact?
Because that's what I do.
We are on a YouTube channel currently.
Yes.
Yes, we are on a YouTube channel.
I don't know. If I had to compare though, to me, Breath of the Wild is the best game of all time.
Like for me, like for me, Sonic Generations is the best game of all time. That's my.
Except you're wrong.
It's like that's my favorite game. That's the game that I consider to be absolutely perfect. Like for me. So like yeah, no, that's my best game of all time.
I don't know, like I don't like pick like a favorite game. I just pick like a game I will always go to.
But that's not even completely accurate because the thing is sometimes games are Cyberpunk is really highly reviewed.
It was?
How?
Yeah,
It's buggy as.
Yeah, has an 86 on Metacritic.
An 86 on Metacritic. And yet it's about as buggy as. I'm sorry, I hate using this game as a punchline. It's
06.
Buggy as Sonic 06.
But the thing is, actually, Sonic 06 is less buggy. Sonic 06 is actually less buggy.
And I like the Cyberpunk
played
release
Sonic
is just
06,
like
right?
the Fallout 76 release. I mean, shit.
Really? Less buggy than Cyberpunk 2077.
Yeah, I would say Sonic 06 is less buggy.
I hate. You have no idea how much I hate game critics now.
It's like,
I used to love Electric Playground when I watched it, but not anymore.
I mean, the reason why Cyberpunk was so highly reviewed is because they played the PC version, and the PC version is like the best version, and also they have like the highest graphics cards. So for them, even though they had issues, game critics have.
Real. That's false.
They have like the best graphics cards when you're a game critic, so like they played it at the highest settings on the best graphics cards, and then when you do spend thousands of dollars on your setup, yeah, Cyberpunk is a pretty okay game.
So I have to spend $500,000 to make a game look good.
Rocking a fucking computer, Venezuela.
That picture pretty damn good. So.
I mean, I bet. I mean, it's like, but yeah. So for them, it wasn't that bad, and then also,
Great.
it's like for them it was like I mean it wasn't perfect but it was pretty good, but then literally if you play it on a PS4 it looks worse than an N64 game sometimes.
Have you guys got a new
Alright, so I can tell you how to make one using your mouse cord.
But yeah, it's like basically using game reviews is not the best metric.
Close. What you do is right. So if someone thinks Breath of the Wild
what you do is lie,
is the best
basically.
game of all time. So if someone says that Breath of the Wild is the best game of all time, then someone else goes, yeah, I agree. And then someone else is their favorite game is Breath of the Wild.
Lie.
And everyone starts thinking that it was one of their favorite games. Yeah, it's gonna be one of the best games of all time.
Yeah, but the
best
thing
game of all time has to be community based.
it has to be community based, but the thing is what just happened there? What?
You know
What?
with a new metric. I just get whatever game happens to be the most stable on its release is the best game of all time.
No, I fell. No.
Machine, baby.
The thing is, the reason why like I can't even completely go with like it is community based. It is community based, but the thing is, depending on what community you talk to, yeah, I died like twice. To nothing. I just slipped and then like I fell to a bottomless pit.
And not everyone's gonna have the same opinion on a game, but if most people, I'm talking, 80% of people go, yeah, this is an amazing game. This is a masterpiece. Yeah, it's gonna be one of the best games of all time.
But that's not objective though. That's still subjective.
To answer that question,
But that's not how it works though.
That is how
There's
it works.
a lot of people love Assassin's Creed 2. That doesn't make it
fucking awesome.
People love a lot of bad games, DuckTales, because most people are actually.
Assassin's Creed 2 is a bad game.
I'm not saying that, but what I'm saying is that the Assassin's Creed series isn't that good overall. A lot of it is.
I never played it. I remember being excited for that one mobile game though. What was it called? Assassin's Creed.
Temple Run.
Assassin's Creed 2
No,
is a bad game,
was...
man. Prepare for a declaration of war to end up
I heard there was an Assassin's Creed movie starring Magneto from X-Men First Class.
Oh no, we don't remember that.
It's like we don't remember that movie. We don't talk about that movie.
I do not
Don't lie to yourself.
I do not recall that movie.
So you don't have to. I stole that tagline, didn't I?
Yes, you did.
Hell, like Bullington, you're in Scrap Brain Zone. What the hell?
What? You didn't realize I was in Scrap Brain Zone?
No.
Welcome, by the way. Welcome to Scrap Brain Zone.
I was so focused on the topic.
You just didn't realize. Literally didn't.